Greetings, beloved Princeton United Methodist Church community. It's Pastor Jenny here with another update for you this first week of Advent. I'm going to read from Isaiah chapter 11, verses 1 and 2. A shoot shall come out from the stock of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. The Spirit of the Lord shall rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. This is the word of life. Thanks be to God. I wonder what's bringing you hope these days. What's bringing you hope? I love one of the things that happens this time of year as we prepare for Christmas. Many of us put decorations out around us. And while we know this at some level all the time, these decorations are very hopeful, especially the ones that are about light and about life. We bring candles, we bring stars, we bring living things into our homes, or images of living things. Our Christmas trees may be made of something other than a real tree, but they still evoke this hopeful life around us, even as the winter is coming, things outside, so much of nature is moving into hibernation or is moving through the death cycle right now. It's getting darker and colder, and yet we bring light and life, these symbols of hope. And this is part of why hope is such an important part of the season, such a fundamental part. Why this season brings us hope is because we surround ourselves with these symbols, and we do this so collectively. What's bringing you hope these days? Maybe you even have a Jesse tree. This is where this term comes from, a Jesse tree. This passage that I just read. And briefly, a Jesse tree is a tree full of symbols of the stories of the Old Testament, the Hebrew scriptures. You might also be familiar with our Chrismon trees. The one we have at church that will be there in the next couple of weeks is a Chrismon tree full of symbols of Christ and God's kingdom. But these two together, a Jesse tree and a Chrismon tree, give us this whole picture of so much of our scripture stories. But maybe that's a part of your symbolic hope bringing this time of year as well. For me, hope is, sometimes it's quite elusive, truly. But when I am, to answer the question, what brings me hope, I always come back to people. Maybe not all people all the time, but specific people, specific groups of people. And truly you, the people of Princeton United Methodist Church, are part of my hope. That is, I see hope in you, I receive hope from you, I put my hope in you. See, you all are people who say yes when God calls. You are people who are amazing leaders in the faith, creative, committed. You are people who hunger and thirst for a deeper relationship with God. And for all of these things, I am so grateful, and I'm also privileged to get to be on this journey with you. And it also brings me so much hope. You come alongside one another. You come alongside this thing we call the church, that we are together. The church is just us, but we come alongside each other and this thing that we call the church, and we do what we can to build God's kingdom and to evoke hope in one another. And I'm so grateful for this. So what is bringing you hope these days? What are the symbols that you surround yourself with to help foster that hope? Are there people that are your hope? Are there other things, other ways that you help create the culture, conditions for hope these days? Friends, I hope that you are following along in your Advent devotional book that you received. You should have received it in your email this past Saturday, an electronic version, but you also should have gotten a copy version, a printed booklet here with some lovely stories and quotes and things, but also some practices for each of our weeks during Advent and on through Christmas. So I commend this to you and hope that you will take a look. I also want to remind you of all these different things that are happening during our Advent season at Kingston and Princeton UMCs. This coming Sunday, it's Advent crafts and games. at 11:30 in the Sanford Davis room. It's for all ages, all ages. You don't have to be a child or have children in your life to come. The hope is really to be intergenerational for people who maybe don't know our children as well, or who our children don't know as well, to be in some space together and for you to get to know each other and interact together. Let the children lead you, you lead the children, and vice versa. So, so please, I hope you'll come and stick around a little bit for some crafts and games after worship on Sunday. I also want to give a huge thanks to all of you who have given for Giving Tuesday. This is the first time that we have formally done something around Giving Tuesday, and we're so grateful for all of you who participated in that. We're grateful for our donor who matched the gifts that were given on Giving Tuesday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I also want to encourage you to thank you. Part of the thank you for Giving Tuesday is that you're helping us finish this year strong. It's been a challenging couple of years with COVID, and so many things have shifted, and I know that they have for you too, but anything you can do to help us as we finish this year and finish it strong financially is helpful, not only for just each of us, but for the mission and the vision that God has given us as well. Helps us start the new year strong as too. And any pledges that you can share for next year as well will be so helpful. We are in the process of doing our budgeting, and we really need pledges to know how to budget properly for the new year. So I know that pledging isn't familiar to all of you. So if that's new or you have questions, please let us know. But you can go to our giving page and find out a whole lot about all of this. But thank you to the 21% of our giving units, our households that have pledged for next year. We're so grateful for that, and we need more of you to help in this way too, to be part of growing our garden and to help it flourish in all these ways. We have some exciting plans for next year, and you are part of making those things happen. So thank you for all the ways that you are the church, that you are invested, that you continue to help our garden grow and flourish, that you continue to help build hope for each other, but also for the world beyond our walls and our ministries directly. You are hope to a community who needs to continue to see people and symbols and activities of hope all around. It's always a gift and a pleasure to be your pastor, to be on this journey with you. Remember that you are enough because God is enough. We were created for joy. May we shine in that knowledge and that trust this day. Blessings to you. See you soon.